Hey everyone, Chad here again with Team Meat in the Freezer. Continue on with my How to Choose a Bow series. This is part 8. We're going to talk about peep sight and a D-loop. Probably some of the easier choices you will make as you've gone through the bow and the sights and the rest and etc, etc, etc. So first let's talk about a peep sight. There are quite a few different companies out there, but they all get down to the same thing. It is a piece of plastic that goes in your string with a round hole in it. Now what you want to do when you're choosing your peep sight, manufacturers, different companies, all that stuff, don't care. There's only basically two styles. There's a style like this that goes in the string, and if you have a quality set of strings and cables, you don't have to have a tube attached to it. Now a tube, I mean a tube like this. Because what this will do is if you have a peep sight like this, show you up closer here, see this one has this tube would go onto there, peep sight would go in your string, the tube would attach to your cable, and when you draw the bow back, stretches, and your peep sight aligns correctly every time. It makes a lot of extra noise when you shoot the bow. And also think about this, what happens if, this is just rubber. What happens if this rots away, you don't check it, and you draw back on that trophy of a lifetime and the rubber breaks. And now your peep sight's sitting sideways and you can't see through it and you're screwed. If this is the choice you want to go for it, but always check your equipment, check all your tubing, have some extra tubing in your quiver in case something happens. And then for like kids and stuff like that, it is easier because it'll come around every time. Perfect for them. There's also, I guess there's three. There's another style which is a bigger round one that splits the string into 3. I just keep it simple. What's that old saying? Keep it simple, stupid? Yeah, here we go. Keep it simple, stupid. Round peep sight splits the string. Now they do make these in a variety of different sizes, all the way down to like a 64th, all the way up to like, I think 3/8, or they even get bigger than that if you want it bigger than that. This is a 3/16 diameter. What you want to do for choosing the size is, like I said, if you're at a shop, it helps because they'll have different sizes and you can draw the bow back and check it. What I mean by that is your sight right here has a round ring on it. Peep sight is round. You want what you'll hear referred to in the archer world called ring to ring. What you want to make sure of is that your peep sight is big enough in diameter so you can see the whole ring on your sight. Now, you're talking about sight, round ring, peep sight, round hole, ring to ring. You want to make sure that that peep sight, that you can see all the way around that sight. So that's one more thing that'll make you more accurate. Now you can also play with that a little bit if you have a sight like this one that slides in and out, because obviously that's going to change, how big this appears in the peep sight. Now for hunting, go as big as you can get away with, because it's going to let more light in, and you'll be able to see your pins better in low light conditions. Now, like target shooting and stuff like that, we try to use smaller because we use a lot smaller apertures up there, and we're shooting at X's. We're not shooting at an animal. We need to be a little more accurate with that stuff, and we have more favorable lighting conditions when you're shooting tournaments. So, anyways, peep sight. Keep it simple, stupid. Just get a simple round peep sight. They're fairly inexpensive, like $10 or something like that. They come in a bunch of different colors if that's what you want. I will warn you with colors though, like say this sight has a green ring on it. If you have a green peep sight, it's going to wash out the color. Same with if you have like an orange and an orange. So whatever you want to do there. When you install a peep sight, you have to have a bow press to do so, because there's a lot of tension on this string and you need to get it in the string. Now pretty much every new string is going to have a little piece of material inside there that's going to be the exact center of the string. You want to make sure you have equal strands on both sides, and then from there you get it to align properly by just putting a twist in the string or a twist out of the string with the bow press. And then always make sure you tie it in. You see what I did right here is I just have one little wrap of string going around it because I'm going to be adjusting this up and down as I tune the bow and everything like that. Now for initial setup, just get it close and go from there. Now that ties into a D-loop. If you're using a mechanical release aid, use a D-loop. There's not a lot of arguments on why not to. What that does is the D-loop is a secure place to put your knock, and you clip your mechanical release onto it. Next up, I'll be talking about how to choose a release aid that's coming. Now, when you go to tie a D-loop on, it is not hard. It's 2 double half-hitch knots. It's very simple. I'm going to use this piece of Peep.8 tubing to show you how to tie it. Because for the life of me, I can't find any extra D-loop material around here. I got all this archery stuff, bins of archery stuff, and I can't find any D-loop material. So I guess I'll be going on Lancaster and ordering some. But here we go. I'm going to zoom in the camera for you. Alright, I hope you can see this. So what you said, 2 double half hitches. So what you want to do, you come like this, you go around like that, you come through, and there's your double half hitch. Very easy to do. And what you would do, you pull this tight, you burn the end and pull it tight. And then on the bottom, you do the exact opposite, and there you go. Now you might be wondering, how long do I tie these things? Well, let me zoom back out here for a second and I'll show you. So, how long do I tie my D-loop? So, like I said before, it's good to write stuff down in your notebook. Once you get this figured out, you can burn an extra one. By burn, I mean burn both ends, and you already have your D-loop set for your right size in case you're out in the field and all of a sudden one starts to fray and you're thinking it might break on you. You can change it out real quick. Just make sure you measure it, write it down, burn an extra one, keep it in your quiver, keep it in your hunting pack. You can go from there. Also, one other thing that I wanted to point out to you guys here with this D-loop is, this is maybe me being a little OCD, but if you look, so I'm a right-handed shooter. You see how these knots are opposite? By meaning it comes around on this side and then this one comes around on this side. I feel it helps eliminate a little bit of torque, because as a right-handed shooter, when I hook my release up, I'm going to turn my hand to the left. Turn it to the left so I can anchor up in my chin here. So that's going to help reduce some of the torque on that. And that's basically the point of a D-loop, is you don't have to have your release hooked directly to your string. So the D-loop absorbs the torque of your release and not your string. Also, don't put them too close together. I mean, by meaning that, you have an arrow and put a knock in there. It should have a little up and down movement. You see how mine has a little up and down movement? Reason being, when you draw the bow all the way back, that string, gets a lot of an angle to it, and that shrinks this, and you don't want undue pressure on your knock, because that will affect your accuracy. So there we go. Peep.8, D-loop. When I get some D-loop material around here, I'll do a separate video on just how to do a D-loop. I'll take mine off and put a new one on to show you guys how I do it to get on there nice and tight. Like I said again, if you're going to a shop, they will know how to do it. Just make sure you get a length on it. If you need be before you get too far into tuning, you can You know, take it apart, measure it, put it back on, get a little practice on it. And then, well, one thing I forgot to mention, like you've been saying, well, where do I put my D-loop? So we talked about mounting arrest, everything like that. So, like I said, folks, before in another video, I don't use a bow square. I have one around here somewhere. I just don't use one. What I do, just hold my bow up, eyeball it, get it pretty close to level, maybe just a tad high, and go from there. Start shooting, get out there, tune it, see what happens. So we're moving right along. Next I'm going to talk about release aids, and then we'll get into some arrow building. I like building arrows. It's fun. It means you're about to go to the range and shoot. So, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the little bell down there so you get notified when we put new videos up. And hey, take a kid in the outdoors, take a disabled vet in the outdoors, get yourself in the outdoors, get the family in the outdoors. Just go outside, enjoy God's creation, and maybe you put some meat in your freezer. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and God bless.